Hello students, today we will discuss a very important topic, our syllabus, that is solution of simultaneous equations. Okay, so here we will basically use matrix for solving those equations. So suppose that you are given a system of n linear algebraic equations. Suppose you have n number of linear algebraic equations. Okay, so you might be aware of the sometimes you are being asked to solve, let's say like this, suppose 3x plus 2y minus z equal to 5, then 7x minus 3y plus 9z equal to minus 3, and then you are given, suppose that you are given something like minus 6x plus y minus 2z equal to 7. Suppose you are being asked to solve this, and they are asking you, the solve means you need to find out what is x, then what is y, and then you need to find out what is z. That is a question that is we basically face. So here, since we are doing numerical methods, so we will definitely be using some simple tricks to solve this equation instead of solving it step by step to find x and y and z. So what are the trick that we are going to apply for this? Let us take some example. Okay, means first of all we will make the theory a little bit clear, and then we will proceed to an example. In this method we must solve some numerical problem, then only you can understand this method. Suppose that the equations are like this: a11 x1, a12 x2, a13 x3. Okay, and it goes on like that: a1n xn equal to b1. Similarly, a21 x1, a22 x2, a23 x3 goes like that: a2n xn equal to b2, and then it comes and then it goes up to an1 x1, an2 x2, an3 x3, and it goes up to ann xn is equal to bn. Okay, so this is a set of equations that you have. Okay, so you can see here simply a I j. Okay, so this a's are nothing but some coefficients, so I will call it some known coefficients. Okay, like you have seen the example that x y z, we had some coefficients with x, y and z, simply like that. And then you have this bi, this side you can see, on this side means right hand side you have b1, b2, b3. So these are all known values. Okay, so I will name it as bi are some known values. Okay, so and they are on the values on RHS. Okay, and the only thing that is unknown is xi. Okay, so xi is unknown, you need to solve them. Unknown means solve them, so it can be x, y and z. Okay, etc etc. So if it is up to n equal to 3, then it will be x, y, z. If n is more than that, then we need to consider more variables. So that's what we have for the means notation used in this equation. Okay, now what we can do, I will remove this part. I hope all of you have noted it down. It is already available in the note also that I have provided in Google Classroom. So what we are supposed to do now, what this set of equation I will convert it into a matrix form. So how the matrix form can be written, that is that it will look like this: say a11, a12, a13, a1n, a21, a22, a23, a2n, and then it will go up to an1, an2, an3, ann, and this is what we have in matrix form. So on this side we will have x1, x2, x3, and it will go up to xn, and in this side we have b1, b2, and then we have bn. Okay, so that is a kind of representation. So you can see this whole thing we can write as a matrix A. Then this thing we can write as a matrix, it is a you can see it is a n by n matrix. Okay, n by n matrix. So x is actually n by 1, it's a column matrix. X is in column matrix, and then we have this b, and it is again a column matrix. Okay, n by 1 column matrix. So you can see this is a, so this, see this whole thing, this a set of equation it can be written in the form of this matrix multiplication or matrix equation. Okay, now there is a important thing. Then you know that means we have matrix A is nothing but A11, A12, A13 up to A1n, A1n, then A21, A22, A23, and it will go up to A2n, and AN1, AN2, AN3, and it goes up to ANN. Okay, and you have x is equal to x1, x2, x3, and it is coming up to xn column matrix, and b is equal to b1, b2, and it is coming up to bn, that is also a column matrix. Okay, so now there is a matrix called augmented matrix. Okay, so which is of real use here. So what is that augmented matrix called? So it is usually written like this. Okay, so you can understand what I am talking about. 1 2 1 3, and it goes up to A1n, and A21, A22, A23, A2n, and then AN1, AN2, ANN. Okay, sorry, yes, so I will write it like it is not a matrix sign, it is a straight line, and it will be B1, B2, and it will come up to Bn. So this whole thing is called augmented matrix. So this thing we are is basically going to use for solving the simultaneous equations. Okay, so for that let us consider one example. Okay, so basically we are that method that we are going to use is called Gauss elimination method using partial pivot. Okay, so I will tell you what does it mean actually. Okay, so for that let us take one numerical problem that here see the theory for this. Okay, the whole theory for this method is already shared in the Google Classroom. So before joining this as watching this video, it would be better to keep those notes ready along with you, then only you can or even after watching this video, because I will try to make it very easier for you. So it is very much important for you to look into the theory immediately after watching this video. No need to watch go through the theory again, go theory before watching this video. Okay, so you can just watch my video and you will easily understand. No need to go through the theory at the very first. But yes, written theory is very much important. You may be required, this may be required in exams. So it is better to keep the theory ready also. But here we are doing some practice, going to solve some practical problems. So there is a question that you are being asked to solve the system of equation. So x1 plus 10 x2 minus x3 equal to 3. Okay, then you have 2x1 plus 3 x2 plus 20 x3 equal to 7. Okay, and then you have 10 x1 minus x1 plus 2 x3 is equal to 4. So that's all we have, and you are being asked to solve this set of equation. For what? If you need to solve, means what you need to do, you need to find the value of x1, and then you need to find the value of x2, then you need to find the value of x3. Okay, so you are being asked to find all those, and the thing is that you need to use Gauss elimination method using partial pivot. Okay, so what does it mean? So what first thing that we are going to do for this, remember that this method is only for Gauss elimination method. It is not applicable for other methods. There is another method is called Gauss-Jordan method. So in that case also their procedure is different. So we will also solve that one, but Gauss elimination method is a separate method. So we are specifically going to do that method only right now. So first of all, I will write this in the matrix form. Okay, so matrix form means let us find here 1, then 10, then minus 1, then 2, then 3, 20, then you have 10, then you have minus 1, then you have 2. Okay, and you have x1, x2, x3. So matrix form I am writing, and right hand side known value matrix is 3, 7 and 4. So simply it is looking like Ax equal to B. Now I will write down the, so here the augmented matrix is. Okay, so what is that augmented matrix? I hope all of you remember. So the augmented matrix looks like this: 1, 10, minus 1, 2, 3, 20, 10, minus 1, 2, and there is a straight line like this, and then we have 3, 7 and 4. So this one we have just clubbed two matrix, so it is A and B, so it is looking like this, isn't it? Okay, now this is the augmented matrix. So what is called partial pivot. Gauss elimination method means you need to eliminate something. Okay, but you need to use pivot also. So the first thing that you need to do, listen to me very carefully. So I will identify this is R1, this is R2, and this is R3. That means row 1, row 2, row 3. Okay, so we will name it like this. So on now onwards, if I call R1, you need to tell me what does it mean. So R1, if I say R1, then it is 1 minus, plus 10, minus 1 and 3. If I say R2, then it is 2, 3, 20 and 7 in a row. If I say R3, then it is 10, minus 1 and 2 and 4. It is a row. Now this is called column. Okay, these are called column. So this is C1, this is C2 and this is C3. I hope you remember. Okay, you will remember throughout the process. So you are not supposed to write this C1, C2, C3, R1, R2, R3 in the exams. Okay, exam notebooks you can, answer script you can't write like this. So this is just for our understanding. Okay, I am removing this now. Let us come back to the original job. Okay, let me remove this also. This one, these are not required. So we have, again let me write it down, 2, then 3, and 10, minus 1 and 2. And so we have, you can see that first thing that we are using partial pivot. What does it mean? First of all, check this column. Okay, listen to me carefully. First of all, check the first column and see what is the largest number. Okay, so the largest number is this number, isn't it? So this is the largest number. So we have the largest number in the row 3. So what we need to do, we need to bring, see, when I write like this, okay, so actually this is a position. So this position, this is called first pivot. Okay, this position is called first pivot. This is the second pivot, this is the third pivot. Okay, so here we have values like this, all of you know. So what happens, we need to make this, bring the largest number to this place. Okay, so what we will do, we need to bring the largest number. So what is the largest number? Minus 10, sorry, plus 10. So we need to bring it to this place. Okay, so what we need to do, what is a possible thing that we can do? R1 and R3 we can exchange, isn't it? So we remove this. So the largest number will be brought here, 10 minus 1, 2 and 4, and it will come here 1, 10 minus 1 and 3, and it will, middle one will remain as it is, no changes. Okay, now largest number you have done. So what is our aim? We want to turn it to a upper triangular matrix. So this is a real trick of Gauss elimination method. So we will have to eliminate the values from the matrix elements in such a way that it converts to an upper triangular matrix. You know what is upper triangular matrix? It looks like when you do like this. Okay, so here values will be there. Okay, here also there will be values, but these two values will be what? 0. Okay, so this is called upper triangular matrix. This values you want to make 0, so that means this one and this one, we want to make these values what? Equal to 0. So we want to convert it to a upper triangular matrix. So what will be our next step? Okay, so I want to make, so our first aim will be to make this term equal to this element equal to 0. So how to do that? So I will suggest one thing. You are not supposed to consider my suggestion. So what I am suggesting right now is that, can we do say R3, okay, R3 minus R1 by 10, can we do that? So if I divide this thing by 10, so it will convert into 1, okay, and if I subtract, then 1 minus 1 equal to 0. So 10 minus 1, 2, all that unchanging things you write carefully without doing any mistake. Now what I will do, so goes to R3. Now what sorry, again I will rewrite it, be careful. So now what will be our new R3? R3 will be R3 minus R1 by 10. Okay, so R1 by 10 means 1. 1 minus 1 means 0. Then again here it is R1 by 10 means minus 1 by 10. So already 10 is there, minus 1 by 10. Can you understand? So will it be equal to 10 plus 1 by 10? So it will be equal to 10 plus 1 by 10. Okay, then again it is minus 1. Okay, minus 1 is there, again minus 2 by 10. All right, and then you have 3 minus, okay, it is 4 by 10. So if I do it 2 by 5, so it is nothing but, it is 2 by 5. All right, so let us simplify it. So R3 is now R3 is this thing must be written. Okay, you can't skip the steps without writing this. These things are very important, you must write in every step. So this 10, this is minus 1, this is 2, and then we have 4. Okay, similarly we have 2, and then 3, then 20, then 7, and then we have 0. Then 10 plus 1 by 10, what does it mean? 10 plus 1 by 10. So 10 plus 1 by 10 means 0.1. So does it look like 10.1? So it is 10.1. okay, so that thing we have. Next thing is that we have what is that? Minus 1 and minus 2 by 10. So minus can I take out? So 2 by 10 means 1 by 5. Is it 1 by 5? So minus 1 by 5 means 0.2. That means minus 1.2. Am I correct? Okay, so minus 1.2, minus 1.2. Okay, then you have this one. I will remove this part again. This thing already done. Okay, so then you have 3 minus 2 by 5. Okay, 3 minus, what do you mean? It is 2 by 5 means it is around 0.4. So 3 minus 0.4 means 2.6. So it comes out to be 2.6. That's all we have. Okay, so here you can see that already this value has become 0. Now another step that we can do is that now I want to make this one equal to 0. Okay, now what I'm doing, I'm just concentrating on this column. Okay, C1, I'm just considering, I'm not moving into other steps. So what I will do, now I want to make this 0, so I will have to change R2. So R2 changes to, can I do R2 minus R1 by 5? Can I do like that? So it is 10, then it is minus 1, then it is 2. Okay, and then what will happen? 2 minus, so in the first term it will be 2 minus 10 by 5, that means 5 2s are 10, so 2 minus 2 equal to 0, so this is 0. Okay, so that's gone, that's done. Next you have 3. Okay, 3 minus 1 by 5, so this 3 plus 1 by 5, so does it look like 3.2? Okay, so it is simply 3.2. Okay, then what I am doing is that we have 20 minus 2 by 5, so 20 minus 2 by 5, 20 minus 2 by 5 means 0.4, so it is nothing but 19.6, so it is 19.6. so you can keep it in fraction also, it's up to you. Since I will be using calculator, so I don't have any problem in dealing with decimals also. And then you have 7. This thing, I think we have not changed this one, is it? Yes, it will be as it is, 4. Okay, and sorry, now I need to get 7 minus 4 by 5, so 7 minus 0.8. Okay, so that is nothing but 6.2, so it is 6.2. Okay, so that's done, now look at this, this is already 0, this is 10.1 minus 1.2, and this is 2.6. all right, so somehow we are able to make this equal to 0 and this equal to 0. Okay, so we are done. Now what is our next step is that we want to make this element also equal to 0. So what should be the next step? So we are going to get the next pivot. Okay, there we are going for the next elimination or next pivot. So what is the next pivotal state? Now look at the this is 10.1. okay, now look at this column. Okay, this is column 2. Now search in this column minus 1 and minus 1 and 3.2 and 10.1. okay, which one is the biggest one? Which number is the biggest number? So the biggest number is this one, number means 10.1. so we will make 10.1 the next pivot. Okay, so what was that? Do you remember? Pivotal places are this: first pivot, second pivot, third pivot, and these places are like that simply. Okay, so first pivot done, we have done it. Now second pivot, it is 3.2 now, but we need to make it 10.1. so 10.1 will come to this state, so it will become the second pivot. Okay, so we will be shifting. Now what we are going to do? Now we will do R2 and R3. We will be reshuffling them. Okay, so 10, minus 1, 2, and then it is 4. Very simple. Okay, then you have 0. Now it will come to, now R3 is coming to the place of R2, so it is 10.1 because it is the biggest number, so it will come to that second pivot state. So it is minus 1.2 and it is 2.6, and this state is coming to this place. So 0, 3.2, 19.6, and we have 6.2. Okay, done. Now our next step is to make this one equal to 0. Okay, so how to make this one equal to 0? So I have a very good idea. So you need not use lot of calculators and lot of things here. So I will simply tell you one thing. Okay, so can we write R3 equal to, okay, R3 equal to R3 minus, okay, R3 minus, I need some space, so I will make it little smaller. Okay, sorry. So R3 is equal to R3 minus, can we write R2 into 3.2 divided by 10.1? Can we do something like that? Okay, then what will happen, you see? So R1 remains same, nobody is touching it. Okay, R2 is also remaining same, nobody is touching it. R3, so first thing that we will be considering R3, so it is obviously 0 minus 0 into 3.2 by 10.1, so it is definitely equal to 0, no problem, isn't it? Okay, now for this what will happen, see, sorry, for this element what will happen, so it is already 3.2 minus, okay, 3.2 minus 10.1 into 3.2 by 10.1. So what remains? 3.2 minus 3.2 is equal to 0. So this has become 0. Okay. So let me remove this because we need more space to do the rough calculation, rough work. Okay. Now for this one, what will happen? 19.6. Okay. So 19.6 minus 1.2, sorry, minus 1.2 into 3.2 by 10.1. So it is minus plus. So 19.6 plus 1.2 into 3.2 by 10.1. So this value, if you do the calculation, you will get to know that this value will go up to 19.98020. okay, you can definitely use calculators. I have used calculators, so 19.98, I will keep it like this. Okay, and then for this one, now what happened earlier, what was there? It was 6.2. earlier it was 6.2. now it is not going to be 6.2. why? Let us check what will be that. So now it is 6.2 minus 2.6 into 3.2 by 10.1. okay, so that value is definitely going to be you can use a calculator, 5.37. so it is equal to 5.37. okay, so you can see that we have just converted into an upper triangular matrix. okay, see this thing we have converted into an upper triangular matrix. Very simple. Now let us do that. So we have 10 minus 1 2 0 10.1 minus 1.2 and 0 0 19.98. okay, then we have x1 x2 x3, and then we have 4 2.6 5.37. going back to the initial equation, you remember ax equal to b. okay, because here you see this is our now a. modified A. This is B, modified B. So since we have Ax equal to B, so we can simply put the values here. I will again repeat. Okay, see this one, now this is modified, so this whole thing is nothing but A, capital A. This whole thing is nothing but small b. So we know that A x equal to B. Okay, so we are just putting the values, modified values here. Okay, so after putting the modified values, we have this. Now can we do multiplication? Matrix multiplication. This 10 in 10 x1 plus minus 1 into x2 plus 2x3. Alright, then 0 into x1 plus 10.1 x2 plus minus 1.2 x3, then 0 into x1 plus 0 into x2 plus 19.98 x3. So that goes to 4, 2.6, 5.37. Okay, so now since this is matrix, in matrix equation you know that they are equal, so elements are also equal, isn't it? So this is the first element, this is the second element, and this is the third element. So matrix are equal means that their elements are also equal. So this is also a 3 by 1 matrix, this is also a 3 by 1 matrix, isn't it? So that means 10x1 minus x2 plus 2x3 is equal to 4. Then 10.1 x2, then minus 1.2 x3 is equal to 2.6, and then we have 19.98 x3 is equal to 5.37. So let us start. We have this equation A, then we have B, and we have C. Okay, so let us start with this C implies. Okay, because here we have only one variable. You see, this is easier to solve. So x3 is nothing but 5.37 divided by 19.98. Okay, so that value will be around 0.26. Okay, now you have, now go to this B. Okay, don't jump to A. First of all, equation A. So B means 10.1 x2 minus 1.2 x3 is equal to 2.6. So you have the value of x3. So 10.1 x2 minus 1.2 into x3 means 0.26. So 2.6. So hence 10.1 x2. Okay, so it will be almost, so if you solve this, you will get x2 to be equal to 0.28. Okay, now we have the value of x3, now we have the value of x2. Now you can go to equation number A, so which implies 10x1 minus x2 plus 2x3. 10x1 minus x2 plus 2x3 is equal to 4. So 10x1, x2 means 0.28 plus 2 into x3 means 0.26 equal to 4. So if you solve this, you can get x1 to be equal to the value around 0.37512. So that's all. So you can see that using Gauss's elimination method, using partial pivot, we have solved the set of 3 linear equations.